And the Knicks snapped their three-game losing skid by beating the Clippers 110-102. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. It's a full house. Bill Pito, Monica McNutt, Alan Hahn, and Wally Zerbiak. And we all know the key from the pregame show. Wally guaranteed the win with the orange tie. That means you have to wear that all week, or at least until they lose. You got to wear it tomorrow night for the game at Cleveland.
Yeah,
yes?
I'll pick my spots.
Really test it. No.
No.
That's not how it works.
I got to mix it up. I can't wear the same tie 2 days.
Wait a minute. You're not going to wear that?
Wally,
I gotta mix
you
it
did
up.
it.
Come on, I got a standard to set here with my wardrobe. I can't be wearing the same tie this week again.
Well, that's bad karma,
Like
is
it
it
needs
not?
to be in the building at least.
You know what I mean? Like, it feel like this is something that's like, playoff beer. Like, all right, you got to go with it until they lose. So
I know, and I got to keep it sacred because every time I wear this tie, we win. So I got to make sure that we need the win.
I think they need wins this week
to get to 500 tomorrow night. I really need to hear from everybody on social media. Should Wally wear the orange tie tomorrow night? If he doesn't, how disappointed will you be?
Hey, I guaranteed it. First block of the first segment, you couldn't even guarantee a double-double for Mitch.
That's fiction. You created this. He creates this stuff.
Unfortunately, the Knicks say Mitch sprained his left ankle, so hopefully he's not going to be out too long. What was the key today?
The key, they came out at the beginning of the game, shot the ball really well in that first quarter. Julius Randle was tremendous shooting the basketball. And I've just said it. When he makes shots, he becomes a different player because he doesn't have to force. He doesn't have to try to barrel into the basket and try to make things happen that way. Then they bring double teams that he can see, which he handled the double team pretty well. He had a few turnovers here and there, but when he can see the double coming, get the ball out of his hands quickly, that leads to open shots for his teammates. So overall, I think he was great, and RJ Barrett continues to just take over this team. I mean, every night he's determined to get 30 double-doubles, whatever it takes to be the guy to lead this team and help them win ball games.
Yeah, I think this is a story about RJ Barrett just continuing to grow. I mean, he just fell shy of another 30-point performance. It had been 3 of them in the last 10 games. He did 28 there, but still, the 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Seemed to do it all and just do it all with so much confidence. But the real story is the shooting the basketball just for this team. Tom Thibodeau talked about this after a couple of the recent losses, how they can't, when they miss shots, get frustrated and have it affect their defense, right? Well, early in this game, they were making their shots, and you saw great energy from them, and then you saw it on the other end of the floor defensively, and it just seemed to continue throughout the game. They had pockets here and there where the Clippers pushed back, but overall, the defensive effort here was great. You know what else was great? The offensive rebounding. 15 offensive rebounds, 21 second chance points. Mitchell Robinson, before the injury, was all over it, and so was Nerlens Noel. It was great to see him back in the lineup. So the energy was just from the very beginning of this game was great. And it helped that when you make shots, it's easy to keep that energy.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback on the defensive piece, we talked about it at halftime, Pito. The Clippers were shooting 59% at the half, and they finished the game at just 43%. And so the defensive side of the ball was huge in terms of what the Knicks did. But you know me, my thing has been the process. And today you look, the ball doesn't stick for the most part in this ball game. It's moving around. And, of course, assists rack up when you're actually hitting shots. But in terms of the opportunity to get out and get some easier baskets and sort of that secondary break, not full-on transition basketball, it just looked a lot less laborious today. 26
assists for the Knicks. They averaged 21, so an improvement there. And Wally, the 3-ball in the first quarter, 8 of 11. Backing up all what you guys are talking about how they got off to that great start shooting the basketball and the difference it made from then going forward.
It makes the game easy when you raise up and knock down those threes. They had 39 points in the first quarter. I mean, they were absolutely on fire. And it all starts, it's almost like Julius Randle, the team feeds off when he plays well and he shoots the ball well. And RJ Barrett knocks down that triple there. I mean, they were really sharing the ball. And remember, this is without Kemba Walker in the lineup. Evan Fournier knocks down the 3 there. Look at the movement. I mean, you have shooters all around Mitchell Robinson, so you have 4 guys that are capable of knocking down that 3-point shot. Quickly, when he got right in the game, he was ready to roll. He knocked down a couple threes, which were really big for this Knicks team. And when you get off to that good start shooting the ball, that gives you so much confidence for the rest of the game.
Notice the 3-point shooting. Knicks 16 of 36 for the game and much improved from the foul line. That helped 16 of 19. And we're now joined by Evan Fournier, who joins us across the street from the Squarespace studio. Evan, congratulations on the win. What was different today as compared to the 3 straight losses at home before today?
Well, I'd say the energy to start the game was a little better, the execution part as well. And, you know, when you lose 3 in a row, you have a little bit more of an edge when you start the game. So, you know, complete game from us. Back-to-back now, you know, tough game in Cleveland tomorrow.
Evan, without Kemba Walker in the lineup, and then when Evan Burks moves to the point guard position, how does that change the team offensively and also your mindset offensively?
Well, it changes, it gives you a different look. I'd say with Kemba, we have more speed and probably more, more pace coming into the offense because, he plays with great pace. And with AB, we have maybe a little bit more of a penetration. He's really able to break his guy down one-on-one. And defensively, he brings a lot of versatility because we can switch 1, 2, 3. So, it gives you a different look. I think we've had success with both lineup. Now it's just a matter of, staying healthy so we can, find a rhythm.
At the end of the game, Evan, I believe Breen used the words much needed win. And now you guys turn around. You mentioned Cleveland tomorrow, Miami, Milwaukee. This is a tough 3-game stretch. What's going to be the key to playing the best basketball as you guys get ready to hit the road?
Honestly, we know what we got to do. We just have to be consistent with it. Our effort has to be there 100% for 48 minutes. We have stretches where, for 5 minutes, we're going to turn the ball over, not be as sharp defensively, and that's usually where we lose the game. So, if we can, take that out and just play a complete game, we can really, we can compete against anyone and beat anyone. It doesn't matter if it's on the road or at home. So that's going to be the focus for us.
Evan, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win and best of luck on the road trip.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Very well expressed, always, Alan.
Yeah,
Fournier
very thoughtful.
really thoughtful, breaks it down really well.
Yeah, and it's intelligent what he's talking about. He gives you really good insight about the fact that this is a team that knows that they're good enough, and at times they just don't play well enough to play up to the level that we would expect and they expect of themselves. And a lot of it has to do, as he said, is being consistent. That consistency comes from not only just making defense and at that end of the floor, but also when the offense isn't working, to not let that get you down.
Yes. Retweet.